Hi and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can deploy your static web application to Azure Storage and Azure Static Websites. We are going to have two different separate demos, and I'm going to show you how you can also put your custom domain to reach these websites. Today, I have a WebAssembly Blazor application, and also you can use any kind of JavaScript framework applications like React, Vue, Angular, or also simple HTML websites. And I'm going to run the project and see what we have currently. The website is loading, and it's really a basic website. And as you can see, we can play around with it. So we are going to today deploy this application to Azure Storage and turn Azure Storage to an hosting a static website. And also we are going to see the static websites and what are the difference between these two. So let's go and create an storage account in the cloud and deploy this application to that. I am logged in Azure, and I'm going to click on the storage account, and I'm going to create one. I have already created a resource group called Webapps, and I will give just a random name. The region will be in the West Europe, and we are going to choose Azure Blob Storage Gen 2. And for the redundancy, we go with the local redundant. Everything else remains as default. And we go on and hit the create button. Okay, the storage account is created. Let's go to the resource. Okay, let's go to the data management. And from here, we click on static websites. We enable it, and we give the index.html file, which is our entry file name, and here as well. And we just click save. And now in the containers section, there is a container called web, and this is the place where we are basically upload our files that is going to be hosted by a storage account. And here we will have a primary endpoint, and we are going to use this for accessing the websites. Let's go and upload the files. I go to the data storage containers, and inside the web container. Let's head back to Visual Studio and publish our project. We can publish, in this case, to a folder, and basically that's all. We wait for the publish to finish. Okay, the publish is over, and this is our published files. We need the files which are in the www root folder. And let's go and upload these files to the container. So I will click upload here. And just select all. And we drag them to the Okay, the upload is done. Let's go and see if we can access the website. We go to the overview. And we can find here under the settings, there is a endpoint section. And you can see for all the services that the storage account provides us, there is an endpoint that also we can use custom domain for them. And this is the URL of our website. And we are going to test it now. As you can see, the website is loading and we can play around here with the website. So we were successfully able to use the Azure Storage for hosting static websites. Now I am going to assign a custom subdomain to reach this website. I go to the DNS provider and I'm going to use this name and basically assign a subdomain to this URL. So here in my advanced DNS domain provider, I add a new record from CNAME type, and the host, I will just put here storage, and the target will be this URL, and we just save it. So this means that when we want to reach the static website, we can just put storage.muntajam.com, which is my domain name. We are going to access our static website with this created subdomain. But before that, we need to set something also in the storage account. So let's go to the portal, and from the networking section, we click on the custom domain, and I'm going to provide here my custom domain, which was storage.muntajam.com. And we click save. The validation will take place, and then we are going to try it. I will go back to the browser, and here I will open a new tab. Let's try https storage.muntajam.com. Here from the advanced section, we click on proceed, and we can see that we are able to reach our website and everything is working fine. Just one note that this website at the moment is not secured because Azure Storage Account by itself is not able to provide an SSL certificate for us. And for that, if you want to have a secure connection, you need to put a CDN or Azure front door in front of your storage account. And I'm going to show you right now here from this menu, front door and CDN. If you have one, you can use, or if not, then you can create one. And after that, basically CDN and Azure front door have a free SSL certificate, and you can use that to securely connect to your website. In our next demo, I'm going to show you Azure Static Web Apps, which by default has a CDN, and we are able to use HTTPS with Azure Static Web Apps. So let's go and create one. I'm going to place it in the same resource group. Let's give it a name. And we are going to go with a free tier because free tier is also having a CDN and all we need for our demo. With the standard plan type, you are able to use also some networking features, which is good for production. And as you can see, it's very powerful because you can use CI/CD for deploying your sources like GitHub, Azure DevOps, and so on. For this demo, I'm going to use the command line to deploy my code, as we are going to see in a moment. I just go on and create this resource. The resource creation is completed. And by default, Azure Static Web Apps is giving you two different environments, which you can find it in the environment section. One of this environment is for testing, so you can basically deploy your testing website, staging website, and play around with it. And then if everything was fine, then you can deploy it to the production slot in this case. And at the moment, there is nothing here. So we can confirm by here visiting our website, which is just a simple template by Azure. And now we are going to deploy our published website here. Okay, I'm in a main directory of my project, and I'm going to open a command line here. And let's make the text a little bit bigger. And first we need to install the command line for our static web apps, which is this syntax, npm install global Azure Static Web App CLI. If you don't have npm installed, you need to install Node.js, and then you are able to run this command. I already have, so I will skip this part. The next is, if you are not logged in the CLI, then you need to log in, and then you are able to run the command that is responsible for deploying our web application. Okay, the command for publishing our application is SWA static website deploy, the place where our published files are located, and the application name, we can find it from here. Our application name, we copy it, and we just simply paste it in front of the name and click in. We click in there. As you can see, the deployment process has started. Okay, it seems that our application is published in this URL, and we can check it out by going to the portal, and I go again to the environments, because what we published is in the staging, a preview, a slot of the static web apps. I click browse, and as you can see, we are able to see the website. Everything is working. And if we go and again refresh what we have in the production slot, we still see that this is the template from Azure. And now let's go and see how we can deploy it also to the production. Let's open the command prompt again. And the last command, you only need to put here --inv production, and this command will deploy the application also to the production slot. The deployment is over, and let's test the production slot by going to our browser and refresh the page. And as you can see, we are able to see the application in both environments of static web apps. Okay, let's head back to the portal and configure our custom domain. I go to the portal. In the custom domain sections, from the add, we choose custom domain on other DNS, because my hosting domain service is not in the Azure, so I will just use this option, and I'm going to create in my DNS records a record like SWA, which is a static website.muntajam.com, and we click next here. And as you can see, it is telling us to create a CNAME record with this value, and also the host is SWA. So let's do that. We go to our domain provider, add a new record, which is CNAME, host is SWA, and this was the target. And we just use this option, we save it. And then we need to go to the portal to save and add the custom domain. And let's wait for the process to finish. Okay, the validation process is finished, and now we can test our domain. So I go back to the site, And here we can enter wa.muntajam.com. And as you can see, we were able to open our website with certificate enabled on it, so HTTPS, and everything is working great. Let's go back to the portal, and if we go to the hosting plans, we see that at the moment we are in a free tier, but there is also a standard tier, which you can compare here, which works the best for your scenario. If you are going to use some concerns like networking concerns, like we have here, private endpoints, you need to go with the standard plan, which is for the production if you want to isolate your web application. And also, as you can see, static web apps are very powerful because we can use Azure functions as the backend integrated to this solution. And also we have free SSL certificate and already a CDN connected to this solution, which is provided by Microsoft. And we can easily run our static web application for free in Azure in just a few minutes. By the way, if you are interested about how to manage your DNS records, global DNS records and private DNS records in your local networks, you can definitely check out these videos which are appearing on the screen. And I would like to thank you for watching and hopefully see you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye.